Your Excellency, distinguished guests and fellow colleagues, as the commercial counselor here at the Embassy of Pakistan in Paris, I will be presenting a short overview of Pakistan-France bilateral trade. I'll briefly touch upon the historical perspective, talk about the present scenario, and most importantly, about the future prospects of trade between the two countries. The sequence of my presentation is as follows. We'll have a statistical comparison, brief history, as I mentioned, the current perception, statistics, the last 3 years about trade between the two countries, the major trade partners of Pakistan, Pakistan's ranking vis-à-vis France, recent trade agreements, French presence in Pakistan, the strengths, current constraints, future vision with specific reference to energy, textiles, GSP, the effect that better trade relations between the two countries can have on Pakistan's economy, and lastly, we'll be talking about Expo Pakistan, which is to be held in September in Karachi. The statistical comparison. Ladies and gentlemen, a very brief overview of a comparison between the two countries. As you can see, the geographical area is 675 square kilometers of France, and Pakistan is a slightly bigger country, but as far as the population is concerned, there is a huge difference. We are probably the 6th most populous country in the world, and we consider our human resource as one of our most important assets. The only problem is that it requires proper training, and we need more employment opportunities. And that is what the present government is going to focus on. The GDP growth rate for France, unfortunately, has been nil in 2012, and it's been pretty dismal in Pakistan, also at 3.7%. The inflation rate in France stands at 1.3% in 2012, and it's been humongously high in Pakistan at 11.3%. Unemployment rate is higher for France, 10.6%. It's been 5.9% in Pakistan in 2012. The purpose of giving this comparison is to bring home the point that both countries do have problems in their economies, and I believe, and the government of Pakistan believes, that there is a lot to be gained by promoting trade between the two countries as far as the revival of the economies is concerned. A very brief look at the history and trade relations, ladies and gentlemen. These are a few of the agreements that were signed as far back as 1949. The first commercial agreement, which was signed in November 1949. We had an agreement on cotton in 1955, one on customs procedures in 1955. There was an agreement on atomic energy in 1962. Others in 1970, 76, I've left out quite a lot of them. The only point that I wanted to make here was that there have been a host of agreements ever since we established ties with France. Next, please. Okay, here are the current perceptions. I've taken clippings from 3 newspapers, leading newspapers of Pakistan. And as you can see, there is a very positive perception about trade between two countries. The Nation had a headline on February 2nd, huge scope to expand Pak-France trade ties. The Daily Times says, Pak-France trade relations can be expanded. The Express Tribune, April 10, carried the headlines, France expects surge in trade with Pakistan, which means that there is hope and there are positive trends as far as expansion of trade between the two countries in the future, and with the present government in place in Pakistan are concerned. the current scenario. The bilateral trade between France and Pakistan stands at $1.3 billion according to the 2012 figures. It's tilted in Pakistan's favor, as will be clear from the next slide. These are the statistics for the last 3 years. In 2010, we had a bilateral trade of $1.1 billion. The figures were pretty good in 2011, $1.474 billion. The figures dropped in 2012 to $1.325 billion. And the figures that we have for the current year, 2013, from January to April, are $393.93 million. The growth rate now. As far as Pakistan's exports to France are concerned, there has been a dip from the year 2011 to 2012. So, although there has been, the tilt is still in Pakistan's favor, but there has been less of an export in 2012 as compared to 2011. France, on the other hand, has managed to export more to Pakistan than importing from Pakistan. So that has been good from the French point of view. Pakistan's major trade partners, as many of you might already be aware, are USA, China, Afghanistan, UK, and Germany. And we are hoping that we will have France as a major trade partner in the next couple of years or so. The import partners for Pakistan presently, the most important ones are UAE, China, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Malaysia, and Japan, amongst others. Pakistan's ranking vis-a-vis France, it presently occupies the 68th position as the trading partner of France. And amongst the EU countries, France is the 5th trading partner of Pakistan. I know this might not be visible from the back. These are the major exports of Pakistan to France. I'll quickly read them out for you. We have textiles, articles of apparel, knitwear, leather goods, surgical instruments, vegetables, sports goods, etc. But as you can see that there has been a decline in the exports in 2012 as compared to 2011. Of course, there are myriad reasons for that. One of the main reasons being problems in the economies of both the countries. Pakistan's major imports from France include mineral fuels, machinery parts, electrical machinery, pharmaceuticals, optical instruments, dairy products, a lot of defense equipment, amongst others, plastic materials, so on and so forth. But there is a lot of room for improvement in the rise in trade as far as these commodities are concerned, and we are hoping to work towards that in the years to come. There have been two important trade agreements in 2011. There was a joint declaration on economic and commercial partnership which was signed in May 2011 by Mr. Pierre Lelouch, former French Minister for External Trade, and Mrs. Hina current Minister of State for Foreign and Economic Affairs. Another memorandum of understanding was signed between the DEF International and the Federation of Pakistani Chambers of Commerce and Industry in May 2011 for the creation of Pakistan-France Business Council. So these are important developments which need to be carried further. This is a pictorial depiction of the French presence in Pakistan. We have about 40 to 45 companies operating in Pakistan at the moment, and we would love to see the figure rising in the next couple of years. So one thing that we would like to work upon is to enhance French investment and French presence in Pakistan. What are the strengths that we're going to be working with? Fortunately, and I'm very happy about that, we have always had very friendly relations with France. There has been bilateral cooperation in all areas, and there is tremendous market potential for the enhancement of trade between the two countries. France can help us in the energy sector, and as we all know, we are facing a crisis back home as far as the provision of energy is concerned. There can be mutual cooperation in the agricultural sector, in education, which has also been emphasized by previous speakers here, and in the IT sector. From Pakistan's perspective, we need to work on our textiles and enhance the exports of textiles to France. Surgical instruments, leather goods, knitwear are other areas where Pakistan hopes to increase its exports to France. The current constraints, as far as France is concerned, is the state of the economy. We all know that the economy in France has its own issues presently. There is a high rate of unemployment, the taxes are high, and it's a struggling economy. Another problem that we have noticed is that there is generally a lack of awareness about the potential of trade with Pakistan. I have had talks with a lot of people, and I have realized that we at the embassy need to do a lot of work to educate the French businessmen about the opportunities available in Pakistan for mutual trade and for the benefit of all the countries. Pakistan, as we all know, has been facing major challenges. The global image of Pakistan definitely needs improvement, because what is presented in the media is not 100% true. We have a lot of positive points in our country, and one of the reasons that we are all gathered here is to make you all aware of the positive aspects of Pakistan. We do have an energy crisis, we have had law and order problems, and we are struggling with the revival of our economy. So these are the major challenges that we have been facing over the past many years. The future vision that we see as far as commercial cooperation and enhancement of trade is concerned is the promotion of joint ventures between France and Pakistan, especially in sectors like energy, agriculture, probably pharmaceuticals, transport, many other businesses which can have joint ventures. As I have already mentioned, there should be an enhanced awareness amongst the French people of Pakistan as a more active trading partner for business and for investment. French investment in the energy sectors, IT, agriculture, and education can go a long way in benefiting the countries and their economies. I'll briefly touch upon the important sectors which include energy and textiles. As far as energy is concerned, we have various sources back home. There's hydroelectric energy, 40,000 to 50,000 megawatts hydropower potential is present in the northern areas. Hydropower is the cheapest means of developing energy in Pakistan. We are also blessed with solar energy. Pakistan has massive solar energy potential with a production capacity of over 2.8 million megawatts, and it is the sixth most fortunate country in the world in terms of solar irradiance. As was mentioned in a presentation yesterday, we have massive reserves of coal. Pakistan's coal reserves potential is estimated to be around 186 billion tons, out of which 175 billion tons are found in Thar. So there's a lot of potential there for mutual cooperation and for French investment in the energy sector. Oil and gas is another area for collaborative ventures. Pakistan has estimated oil reserves of 303.63 million barrels, while its current production is 65,531 barrels per day. The gas reserves of Pakistan are estimated to be 28.32 tons cubic feet, while its current production is 4 billion cubic feet per day, so we have a lot of scope there also for further oil and gas exploration. IT again is another sector with a lot of potential in Pakistan. It is a growing and rising industry, and as of 2011, Pakistan has over 20 million internet users and is considered the 15th largest, having the 15th largest population of internet users in the world. Presently, the government is focusing on a lot of investment in IT projects with special emphasis on e-government, human resource and infrastructure development. Textiles, of course, is one area where we have suffered a lot, and it's one area that is going to figure highly in the trade policy of the present government. Cotton and cotton products represent 61% of Pakistan's export earnings, and Pakistan presently is the 4th largest producer and the 3rd largest consumer of cotton globally, producing approximately 10.3 million bales of cotton per year. Rain and floods have affected a large part of our cultivated land, amongst other factors also. If Pakistan qualifies for GSP status, it will be able to export products under concessionary tariff lines duty-free to the EU beginning from January 1st, 2014. The GSP Plus means a lot for us, because it would not only help Pakistan increase its exports and its trade in the EU, but would also open up immense opportunities for the country's apparel sector and give a boost to the economy in terms of employment generation. For those of you who are not aware of the GSP, I doubt if there are any such people, but nevertheless, just a brief touch on the subject. GSP, the Generalized System of Preferences, is a mechanism in which countries give tariff concessions to developing countries without violating the most favored nation obligations under WTO. Within GSP, there are 3 sub-arrangements: general arrangement, everything but arms for LDCs, which means that you can export everything except arms, and GSP Plus, what Pakistan is aiming for countries fulfilling certain eligibility criteria, and presently there are 27 international conventions which have to be implemented to qualify for the GSP Plus status. 75 items at the HS code 8-digit level have been granted duty-free market access in Pakistan, and this happened on 1st November last year. Out of these 75 items, 26 items are under quantity-based tariff rate quotas, whereas 49 items are under a 25% quantity increase cap based on the average of the last 3 years' exports. The GSP Plus